We are not on time and 199 today. We are 1 minute late, and I blame Ryan.
It's not my fault. We were sitting here 2 minutes early. It was 10:58, and Jamie's like, "We could go live now," and I was like, "We could," and he's like, "Oh, we'll wait." So I was here. I was ready.
So was I, technically.
I
I'm
can't say I
fucking
was like excited, but I was here. I was ready.
Oh man. Hello everyone. Welcome into Geeks Gamers Daily. The show that talks about pretty much the same thing every day. That's what we do here. But hey, look at there. X-Ray Girl's in the chat. Carolyn's in the chat. And Chris Gore is in the chat. Chris Gore, you got any more typos so we can meme today? We'd be happy about that. What was it? What did he say? Chike?
Yes, I almost said something
I
else.
know, I
Yeah.
know, I
But
know.
it's like, yes. He meant
That's
chick.
yeah.
He invented a new racial slur
He
in the
did.
chat.
Hail to Chris Gore. Man, what the hell? May Young's in the chat. What is happening to our chat these days? Like, it's almost like our entire community is built off memes and jokes.
Yeah, it's like a normal person that fucking stumbles into this thing will have no fucking idea what we're doing or what we're talking about or who
I
these
know.
fucking people are.
I know.
It's amazing we have an audience, to be honest with you.
It really is. It makes no sense. But hello everyone. Smash the melee button if you don't mind. That's a simple request from a simple man. Bushin Ryu, is it Ryu or Ryu? I always said Ryu. Everybody's telling me it's Ryu. I say Ryu. I've always said Ryu. Cat. Like from Street Fighter. What do you say?
I think I say Bushin Ryu Cat, but I didn't even realize that's what it was supposed to be. It would be like I would say that's not how you spell Ryu though. From Street Fighter, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Right? Isn't that how you say it? Anyway, hail G&G and my 199ers. Let's play Helldivers 2. I have heard so many good things about Helldivers 2. And everybody's been talking about it. We got to talk about X-Men 97 trailer that dropped. I know it's Disney, but it gave me a nostalgia boner. Steve Blum, not Wolverine, and I'm okay with it. Comment. I mean, we're gonna react to it. We are gonna react to it, and I liked it. I've already seen it. I liked it. I don't trust it. I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna get caught up in it. Like, I love X-Men the animated series. As much as I think the trailer itself was good, I'm not falling for it. I'm not fucking doing it. Have you seen the showrunner behind this thing? Like, no, I'm not falling for it. Disney has burnt me way too many times. So while the trailer itself is pretty good, if I wanted to critique it, like I think some of the animation was like it wasn't great. Like the overall animations were great, but like character models, it seemed a little flat, Like I don't know. But I just can't. I cannot give them any I have based on the people that are behind it and the stuff we've seen.
You can't give
Just
benefit of the doubt or anything. All you can do is like react to what you have there and say what you think,
Yep, but I'm not gonna sit there and go, oh man, I'm so excited for this. I'm not. 'Cause I don't trust anything that they're doing. Especially, I don't know if somebody could find the showrunner that's behind it, but that dude's a freak or chick or whatever it is. I just don't.
Bo DeMeo.
Yes, that's the name. Yeah. I mean, I just don't trust him. I can't ever do it. May Young says, "Hey, sugar." May Young in the chat. The Buzz CJC, a new member. Thank you. Bert says, "Is Madam Web a chike flick?" That's gonna be a tough one, man. Holy shit. Lord of the Reed says, "What up, you bunch of chikes?" Sir Hat says Street Fighter. They say Ryu. Street Fighter Ryu is Ryu. See, I always said Ryu.
Ryu.
Tobias Nexus with 5 gifted memberships. Let's go. David Smart says Fantastic Four looks like shit and X-Men will be crap. I typically agree with that. I just, I don't know. What do you think about it? Do you want to watch it really quick? Do you want to watch the trailer? Since it was part of the topic, the super chat.
We might as well. Let me pull it up here.
Get it out of the way real quick.
Yeah.
But like even with like something like Guardians that I very much loved, I was going into it going, not sure I can trust this. But here is the X-Men 97 trailer.
Bro, look at the stuff they have here, though. They've got even before the trailer starts, they show you a little snippet of like the season finale or whatever, or the series finale.
Yep.
You've got toys,
nostalgia bait like crazy.
Yeah, you've got somebody who recorded the shit on VHS or whatever. You know what I mean? Here we go.
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
I'm grateful to have the chance to say goodbye. I am proud of you all, my X-Men.
Fate lies in our hands now. Now.
We have to stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his dream.
No matter how dark it is, we must believe in each other.
So it's got the vibe. And the music
Get this
hits
done
here
by working together as a team.
Jeez, bub, keep buzzing in my ear.
And then the music really hits.
Oh my God.
Right
now, is this the same? Is this the same guy that used to do Wolverine?
I don't think so, but it's also so long ago. It's kind of tough to tell.
It is tough because it doesn't sound like it. But we're talking.
And honestly, I haven't watched X-Men the animated series in forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it doesn't sound. Wolverine does not sound right.
Storm got an updated haircut in 1997. So there you go. She got your favorite hair, Jeremy.
Yeah, there you go. See that right there, like Storm not having that flowing hair, you know what I mean? Fucking, it's just again.
She got the modern day one.
Yeah, the Ryan Kennel one. She's got the Ryan Kennel haircut.
If any woman ever wants to look more manly, they try to look like me.
So many people, some people are saying it's the same voice actor for Wolverine, and some people are saying it's not. Here's my thing with it. Number one, I don't think he sounds right, but number two, I recognize, like, even after all this time, if it is the same voice actor, you know, it's almost like James Earl Jones's Vader, how he did his the later, you know, iterations. It didn't sound the same because he's gotten so much older. But either way, not the biggest deal in the world, but it did stand out to me.
There is a team.
Jeez, bub, keep buzzing in my ear.
To me, my X-Men.
Magneto.
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
There's something off about this, and I don't know what it is. I mean, outside of the fact that it's Disney, but it's the animation. Like, I don't think the animation's bad, but it doesn't feel natural. Something weird about the animation feels off to me.
It's like, look at her pregnant right here. It's like they're trying to balance it between looking a little upgraded and reminding you of the old one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the reason it feels like that, because they definitely are trying to like remind you of what it looked like in the 90s, but with updated animation, but still give you the feel.
Yeah.
So
overall,
in isolation, if we hadn't seen everything torn down and destroyed by Disney and Marvel, whatever, in isolation, I'd probably be pretty excited about this trailer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it looks fucking cool. It's got the vibe, the music hits, but it's tough to. It's a good trailer in isolation. Everything else, it's kind of tough.
It is not a bad trailer for it's not, but it's also, I would not say it's a great trailer. It would be kind of like, okay, this looks pretty cool. I'll check this out if everything hadn't been destroyed. But Storm having the SJW haircut, completely unnecessary. Rogue looks really strange to me. And I don't know, like it's just something about it, man. There's something missing on this that's bothering me, but obviously there's the dark cloud of Disney that's hanging over it anyway. You know what I mean? That's going to affect my view of it for sure.
There you go. X-Men 97.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck him. Fuck Bob Iger. God, that music so good. It's the best. It's the best.
Yeah, the music's really good. Lucas C, member for 8 months. The character morph is supposed to be non-binary in the new X-Men 97 show. Wouldn't be a surprise.
Yep. People are saying Storm had that in the comics. Do you think Disney follows the fucking comics? Do you think that's why they gave her the fucking SJW haircut, to follow the comics? Have they ever followed the comics for the right reasons? That right there, that's where they get you right there. All right. There ain't no way in hell that somebody said, hey, let's honor the story by giving Storm a fucking mohawk. We know what the mohawk represents in 2024. Do not think that. When have they ever done that? When have they ever said, we need to do this because it's part of the source material, guys? Never fucking happened. Now suddenly Storm is the reason they're going to start following the source material? No.
Yeah, I mean, well, we saw that too. Like, we have seen her have like the legit mohawk in the comics, but the thing is, this is a continuation from the cartoon.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I think it's a pretty intentional choice, but I don't know.
It's an absolutely intentional choice. And again, I'm beyond giving any pass for anything or any whatever. I'm beyond that. I did that a long time ago with a lot of this bullshit. Not anymore. They have earned no benefit of the doubt. None.
I'm gonna have that in my head all fucking day now.
Original's still better though. The original.
Orozco for 2. Are you retarded? Thank you. Switzerland Play IT for 1. Ryan Stone Glass House. Thank you. Orozco for $1. Rogue better have that fat booty, damn it.
I doubt it. Rogue does not look right. She doesn't look right.
Corporal Oralove for 2. Ryan, you are a talent terrorist. There, Jeremy. What does that mean?
Did you see that? Oh man. So Destiny responded to Phil from Timcast from All That Remains. Phil Labonte. Did you see what he said?
I saw what Phil said, and then I saw what Destiny said, and then I saw Phil's response. Yeah.
Jeez. And then so Destiny was still viewing Phil as like a fan that came up to him in the green room at Timcast to say hello. And he called him a talent terrorist for approaching him in the green room.
Yeah.
He called him a talent terrorist. It's like
talent terrorist.
Phil Labonte is like a legitimate musician, successful musician who's part of the show that you're on. And all he was doing was walking up to the green room and say, hey man, nice to meet you. He accused him of being a fan and called him a talent terrorist.
I did see that. And I saw I will say I like Phil. I will say because he specifically called out Destiny was the only one who wasn't friendly to me or something ever in the history of things.
Yeah.
And then the story was, well, I came up to you and you kind of you shook my hand and said hi, kind of dismissal. It was like, is he really he's the only one who wasn't friendly? But it turned into something way bigger than that. And something that was super cringe.
You are a talent terrorist. Fans like you should not be allowed in the green room area. Oh man, this is so funny. So yeah, so I think he said today, he told me last night he was going to call you a talent terrorist on Daily today. So
thanks. I'm the opposite. I don't fucking bother anybody. Sophie for 2. For fuck's sake, Alabama. Ryu equals Ryu. Melee equals melee. Is it Ryu or Ryu? Did we ever? I don't know.
I think most
it must be Ryu.
I think most people are going to say it's Ryu. I have always called it Ryu. And again, I didn't have the internet to Google shit back in the day. I just played the games and I said Ryu.
Tobias Nexus for 10. Also, Jeremy, what do you think of a Hasbro multiverse? The last Transformers movie introduced the idea of G.I. Joe existing in the same canon and offered that new guy a job working for them.
I still haven't seen. I've seen the clip of the last Transformers movie and the whole GI Joe tease. I mean, I'm at a point. I just don't care to even see GI Joe realized on the big screen anymore. It's just the comic run is pretty good right now. I've got almost all the new comics, and I'm enjoying those. I don't know, man. I just look what they've done with Transformers. Like, I mean, I still stand by the first Transformers movie is very entertaining. Very much enjoyed it. The rest of them are trash except for Bumblebee. And I haven't seen the most. I think I haven't seen the last 2 or 3 Transformers movies. So intertwining GI Joe into the Transformers universe on the big screen, I just don't want to see it. I just don't. I'd rather GI Joe just fly under the radar at this point in time. But I think they're probably going to do it. I'm just not excited for it.
I don't care.
I know you don't.
May Young for 2. Are Chikes Chinese Jews? Not the first person who's asked that. No, Chike is a misspelling of Chris Gore's.
Yes.
When he meant to say chick. Blake Barrett for 2. Glad to see Ryan. It's like having a private chef. Blabs the Tower Tard for 5. Good morning, Chikes and Chamers. Tardo take me to Madam Web last night, but us had to leave early. Wizard Gary tweet about it. I like pickles. Yay.
Wizard Gary tweet about it.
We might as well talk about Madam Web. I have not. Let me check real quick to see if box office numbers are out.
Yes, earned $6 million on opening day at the domestic box office. $6 million.
That's actually not bad.
That's the Hollywood Handle just tweeted that out. It's on my feed right now.
That's not too bad considering what it could have been, but it was super front loaded on Valentine's Day. Bob Marley made $14 million. A Bob Marley biopic. So yes, that's good to know.
Have you seen Madam Web?
No, I'm gonna try to see it at some point today. So, unfortunately, this is like the only thing Gary's ever apologized for making us watch. We've watched a lot of bad things, but this is the only one where we actually got an apology from him.
Yeah.
So that tells you how bad it is. And certainly we knew the entire time it was probably going to be bad, that especially when they put out the trailer on the heels of The Marvels, a cringe girl boss team up movie, and cringe girl boss Marvel movie team up, to put out this trailer, it then got mocked and ratioed and ridiculed the way it did. You knew things probably weren't going to go well, but I don't even think most of us saw it being this bad. Madam Web has now hit 15% from the critics, by the way. The critics have it at 15%, which matches Morbius's 15%. I don't think they're gonna get tricked into re-releasing this one like they did with Morbius. When you look at the all audience score, it certainly is a little bit worse than that verified audience number, of which there's only 100 people. Jeez. Only 100 verified audience ratings kind of tells you that not a lot of people are seeing this movie in general. But holy shit, it's projected to have a worse box office opening weekend than Morbius. It's getting shit on by virtually everyone. Look at this Rolling Stone headline. Madam Web isn't as bad as you've heard. It's so much worse.
Holy crap.
Dakota Johnson's Spidey-adjacent misadventure about a paramedic with arachnid-based psychic powers is the Cats of superhero movies.
Woo.
And it would just go on and on and on. Really, the only people that are giving it positive reviews when it comes to critics are people like Rachel Leichman from the Mary Sue, somebody from Black Girl Nerds, and even they had to try to make a bunch of excuses to try to give it a positive review. This thing is getting hammered by everybody.
Yeah, it really is. And I saw there was a story out where I guess basically Dakota Johnson has agreed to do a sequel if they've greenlighted or something like that. Did you see that story going around? And that's just fake PR stuff to try to get people like, oh wow, it must be good. That's why they're talking about a sequel. That's just fake PR bullshit. You know what I mean? There's no way in hell that this is getting a sequel at all. And again, man, this kind of dude, I've even heard the biggest kind of advocates for representation and diversity and all that shit. Even they've been shitting on this. I mean,
they're this is such a step backward for female superhero movies.
This puts it into perspective right here. This kind of is this kind of brings it all in perspective for current day Hollywood and what they do. And I mean, yeah, man, anything that's even loosely tied to the Spider-Man universe should have a massive amount of success. And I would say that's why it did $8 million on
$6 million
opening.
opening.
Six? I thought it was
Mhm.
8.
$6 million on opening, and it is Valentine's Day opening. And according to a lot of the stuff, pre-sales were really loaded on Valentine's
Day.
Day.
It was $80 million budget, $6 million. Okay, that's why I was thinking of the 8. So
because look at Bob Marley, One Love, which that's not expected to do massive things at the box office in general. That had a $14 million opening. Whereas Madam Web, the superhero movie, has a $6 million opening on Valentine's Day. If you look here, you can actually see,
and it opened up to more theaters than Bob Marley did, right? Go back to that.
Oh yeah,
like 500
4,000. Yeah, 4,000 versus 3,500. And you can even see when you were looking at box office projections, pre-sales are front loaded to Valentine's Day as well. So does not look good for the future of Madam Web. Now, to be clear, when you have a movie like Madam Web that only costs $80 to $100 million, you're looking at something that needs to get in the realm of, $240 million to break even. It's not going to lose as much money as something like the Marvels did. That's about the only positive thing you can say, is it won't lose as much money as the Marvels because it didn't cost as much to make.
So bad. Yeah, and but going back to what I was saying, the reason that it's having any success might be the wrong word to use. The only reason it's making any money, though, really is because of the loosely tied Spider-Man aspect to it. Spider-Man, I've argued this before. I still think it's true. I think Spider-Man is the most popular superhero across the board. Like whether, I think Batman can be in that argument for sure, but I think Spider-Man is just more popular across the board. If you look at his box office for pretty much any movie he's ever been in, they all are bangers. And yeah, like I think the first Miles Morales Spider-Man movie did okay. The second one did huge numbers. But every other Spider-Man movie that's been live action has been good. Venom movies did fantastic, even though that wasn't, it's just loosely tied to Spider-Man because it's Venom. That's why this movie's gotten any traction whatsoever. I think the fact that we're going to say it's going to fall off a cliff is bad because it's already falling off a cliff, but it's going to tank as soon as word of mouth gets out there for anybody that's going out there thinking it had any kind of relevance to Spider-Man. And so it needs to make 170 million just to break even, probably.
No, probably close to 225 to 240 million, somewhere in that realm.
And it probably won't even do 100 million, you think?
Worldwide, it'll do 100 million worldwide.
You think it'll do 100 million worldwide?
Yeah, Morbius made 160 million.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't realize
it'll do 100 million worldwide.
Okay.
For sure. The question will be, will it break like
what did Morbius open?
Listen, Blue Beetle made like 130 million worldwide or some shit like that, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at.
Okay. Yeah, it will. Because of the Spider-Man element. I think that's what will carry it. But like, if it didn't have Spider-Man in it, and I don't even mean like just the Spider-Man elements to it, I'm not sure it makes 100 million. So what did Morbius open to?
I want to say somewhere around like 30
opening 35. Day.
I'm
saying opening day.
Well, it's different because it wasn't a holiday opening day, and it was probably a Thursday. But I can look.
Okay,
I can look it up here.
Yeah, I'd be curious about
opening weekend. It made 39 million. Right now, Madam Web's projected between 18 and 28 million dollar opening, 6-day opening weekend. By the way,
woof. And that's is that a 3-day for Morbius?
Yeah. Well, 4-day, including Thursday. So it made $5.7 million on its opening day, which again was a Thursday as opposed to Valentine's Day. So, but it only opened in 3,500 theaters.
Woof. It'll be interesting. If it will be interesting to see how it does. But yeah, it's a disaster. Another Hollywood disaster. Kind of puts it all in perspective, as we've talked about. So congratulations. This was Ryan's most anticipated movie of the year outside of, The Acolyte.
Well, that's a
show. Which is a show. Yeah. I know. Ryan's all about the female representation. He's a big fan of covering female representation in movies and TV.
It's true. And if you really want to make this more enjoyable, you should pair it with a Dune popcorn bucket, I think. Alan Ing tweeted this out. Dune date night. Thanks AMC for bringing romance back to theaters. Dune date night with a freaking fleshlight Dune bucket.
Dude. You thought like Dune was already my most anticipated movie of the year. You didn't have to sell me even more, Dune. Okay, you didn't have to. Is this really like they really tweeted this out? They really tweeted,
yeah,
Instagram.
They Instagrammed it out. Apparently, Nerdrotic liked it.
Oh shit, that's amazing.
They have to know, like,
let me butter your popcorn, babe.
It's only like 2 weeks before that comes out. That's gonna be good.
Yes, I am really excited. I need to watch the first Dune again. So,
all right, let's catch up with some of this stuff. Frosty for $10. Hail the 199. I was watching last night's stream earlier, and I live here in Denver. I tagged you on Twitter. We got our mail-in ballots. Turns out it turned, and Trump is on it. Hashtag Trump 2024.
Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, I guess the Supreme Court, I imagine they're going to be making their decision any day now. I hope it's 9-0. So, but I'll talk more about that on CobraCast. But, man, there's a lot going on. I know, like, the Fannie Willis thing's going on. I think that's right now, but I don't think Trump showed up. So, so we will see what happens with that. But, of course, I'll talk about that on CobraCast.
Beano Rod for 10. If you want your facepalm meter filled for the week, check out the Valentine Day Star Trek Love Your Duty roster. It's more gay than George Takei, and he's a part of it.
If it's more gay than George Takei, then that's pretty gay.
Yeah, like the only way to be more gay than George Takei is to literally already be dead from AIDS. Like that's the only way to be more gay than George Takei. Brickhouse, welcome to the 199. PJH over on Rumble for 5. Ryan doing the dirty work for us. We appreciate your sacrifice. I don't know what I did.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. I see X-Ray Girl tweeted out that she's watching us while she's on vacation. Isn't that awesome?
Imagine having nothing better to do on vacation.
How long
than watch
been on
this show.
vacation?
Huh?
How long has she been on vacation?
A couple days. I saw her and Mark. You know, they're out on like a beach somewhere.
Okay.
Mark's out. You know, tanning his stub.
Tanning his stub.
And he's out there getting some color. Elsid Barrett, member for 19 months. Out of all the Geeks and Gamers team, Ryan is the only one I've met who was unfriendly. That would be me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what do you expect? It's Ryan. To be fair, he's unfriendly to everybody, including me. So
I'm like, what do you mean? I looked up from my phone and shook your hand. What else do you want from me?
You talent terrorist.
You talent terrorist. We're scared to death of people like you coming in the green room.
Was like, is it possible that Destiny was trolling when he said that, or was he serious? Because I know he's a pretty smart guy.
So actually, on his stream, well, the talent terror, he like went all out, but he didn't know who he was until he like replied and tweeted that, and then obviously he looked and like found he was a singer and like all this stuff. He like called him a fan to like irritate him, I think, after all of that. But I like. To me, when I saw Phil tweet, it seemed like Destiny was like an asshole to him. And like the real story is that he walks up and like introduces himself, and Destiny like looks up from his phone, like shakes his hand, is like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you," and look back down at his phone.
Yeah.
Which to me isn't like especially if you don't know who the fuck somebody is. It's not like the worst thing in the world. But it was funny to see all that play out.
It was.
Talent terrorist. Member for 9 months. Go Big Red in the 199. Ryan is my spirit animal. Thank you, Sandman. Stone Cold's Beer Cooler. Member for 11 months. Why is Professor X dead? He was taken in the Shire Empire to recover in the last episode of the series. Why does Magneto sound sinister? He changed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, I think they're going to change a lot. So again, that's why I'm not excited about X-Men 97. I can't do it. Especially after all the nonsense that's been surrounding with the people that are behind it. So
the Gook Man with a gifted membership. Thank you, Thomas. Gray Ghost for 5. I hear them keys jangling. Jangalang, jangalang.
They definitely are.
Tobias,
Which again, I don't have a problem with jingling keys. I just don't. Like I have no problem with that. I mean, I appreciate when nostalgia is done right. I don't appreciate it when activists are using nostalgia to pull you in so that they can then push their bullshit into it. And I feel like that's what's going on. But I have no problem with nostalgia bait in general. I have a problem with nostalgia bait when it's being used to pull you in to make you go, oh man, and then all of a sudden social justice propaganda hits you.
Yeah. 100%. Tobias Nexus for 5. Chike equals Chinese dyke. Dyke was old slang for lesbian, not just a Dutch word for their dams. Makes sense for a new meme.
It sounds like it shouldn't be said. It just sounds
like a slur.
It sounds like it shouldn't be said. And
I've had to read it a million times.
And it sounds like it's going to get us in trouble. So maybe let's not push that one. Let's stick with 199 and bro and all that other bullshit.
I blame Chris Gore.
Yeah, I do too.
And I blame myself for
highlighting it.
for reading it, thinking it'd be a little funny thing. And everybody fucking can't stop repeating it. So Doug B, welcome to the 199. What's up, Doug?
Doug's in the house. What's up, Doug?
Doug's in the house.
You mad lad?
Andrew for 2,500 check to me, my X-Men, and it's a bunch of Transformers. Vonrum for 2. I saw Star Wars Sexplained pushing for a Star Wars trans kids show.
Oh my god!
I'm sure a lot of people would watch that. Literally dozens. Chris Williams for 2. What about the X-Men 97 trailer? Good or bad? I think the trailer was good, but
it's fine. It's fine. I would give the trailer the trailer itself, I would give a 7.5. It's fine. The show itself, I'm not excited for the show.
Banaham Yum for 5. In Grace Randolph's Madam Web review, she says the worst movie she's ever seen and that her body tried to shut itself down in self-defense mode.
Talking about Madam Web?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
That's rough from Grace.
Dude, it's crazy how long, like, you got, like, as much as Grace is cringy and everything, she stayed relevant for a long fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, how long has she been around now? She's been around forever. She's been around for, I think I was watching her before the, before like the Collider days. You know what I mean? And she's still just annoying the shit out of everybody.
So I was trying to Google to make sure we weren't saying a slur, right? I found out something interesting. Let me share this here. Chike is actually a Nigerian singer-songwriter and actor. So he's got 2 million followers on Instagram.
We're big fans of Chike around here. All right, we're
fans.
Good. We're good.
Right?
We're good.
We're all good. Now, this has a little tilde, so it might be Chike or something. I don't know, but I don't know how to pronounce these things, but shout out to him.
Ryan is not helping the meme.
Very successful.
Not helping
I think I am. It's a proper name. Like Madonna or something. Prince. Chike. The Black Blur for 5. We went from Wonder Woman to Captain Marvel to Wonder Woman 1984 to the Marvels to Madam Web. Female-led superhero films are officially dead. And don't forget Black Widow.
Yeah.
Andrew CR for 2,500. So someone was wanking in a theater to Sweeney's character in Madam Web. Also, Alan Ng from Film Threat was alone in a theater watching Madam Web. Huh. Dude, the craziest part about the story to me was not that somebody was masturbating at Madam Web. It was the fact that there was someone else in the theater to catch them. That was like the shocking part of the story to me.
Well, like, so to me, the most interesting part of Madam Web is the red carpet. Can I just watch the red carpet over and over again and say I'll watch the movie? Because that's the best part of it. And who's the chick that was with Dakota Johnson that basically made me not look at Dakota Johnson at all?
Sydney Sweeney.
Is it? Yes. Holy.
Do you not know who Sydney Sweeney is? She's like, the past couple of years, she's like taken over as like the freaking bombshell of Hollywood.
Dude, I as much as I've checked out of Hollywood in the last few years, I don't give a fuck about any of these people. Like I didn't. So I care about her assets.
She's actually in. She's had an R-rated rom-com that has done really well. Anyone But You over the past like several months, like made a lot of money for a fucking rom-com like that. Her and Glenn Powell. Anyone But You. I want to look up those box office numbers.
Somebody says she has a face. I mean, that's the rumor. I'm not sure though. Can't confirm nor deny that one.
Yeah, that shit has made $171 million worldwide. An R-rated romantic comedy that cost $25 million to make. So that's done really well for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great for the theaters, you know, because obviously theaters don't really care how much profit a studio makes. They care about how many tickets they sell. But yeah. Doll Life Dan for 2. Storm's new hairdo makes her look oh my gosh. Look like a Nigerian rapper. The Gilk Man for 5. Much love to both of you. Keep being amazing and crushing it. Hope to see you all in the near future. Thank you, Thomas.
Let's go.
Derek PG Beller for 199. A Nigerian songwriter is a slur against Asian Jews. Maybe. Blabs the Tower Tard for 2. Can Jay get a Nigerian songwriter on FNT? We can see. Axel Jessen for 199. A Nigerian songwriter is what Jackie Chan calls his daughter. The Sarcastic Mailman for 2. Been lurking since 199. Hail, boys.
Hell.
What's up, Sarcastic Mailman? Ben Giles for 2. We like Nigerian songwriters. Hulk Hogan for 199. I like the other meaning of a Nigerian songwriter. And Hulk Hogan tries to trick me again for the second day in a row.
He almost got you yesterday.
Yesterday was really close.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan almost got you. That was funny as hell.
It was very close, but
I was telling the Cobra Cast chat last night. So I did have a good phone call with a website developer about geeksgamers.com, like a big overhaul. And this somebody Suresh connected me with. So I'm pretty excited about it. So it's going to take some time, but it seems like we actually have a plan in place. And a lot of people are still shocked. If you Google CNN memes, we're still like we're on the first page still on geeksandgamers.com for our forums. It's like CNN, Reddit, and then geeksandgamers.com. If you just Google CNN memes, we're still at one point in time, we were number 1 for CNN memes, which is the dumbest thing ever. And that was populated by you guys. That was populated by the fans. Like, because it's just some fan made that in the forums and it shows up. It's crazy. So again, we're working on stuff on the website. I'm excited about it. It's going to take some time, but we are working on it. And of course, the bags, 199 bags are for sale right now on 221B. Go over there, check it out. You got about a week and a half left for that campaign. And once they're done, they're done. We won't be selling those again, maybe a different iteration moving forward. But that one, which I'm very proud of, and a lot of people have been getting them in, those are over there on 221B. So 199 bags for sale for a week and a half.
EHF for 10. How do you say hi to a Chinese Jewish person? What's up, Nigerian songwriter? Thank you. Orozco for 2. Ryan has a Nigerian songwriter haircut. Doug B for $1. Look at all the words you can say on Rumble for $1. Rumble has the best words because we can Rumble rant any word we want. Rumble wins bigly. Hey, Ryan, sorry I couldn't meet you. That's all right, Doug. We were busy. I'm glad you had a good time in town, though.
Doug did. It was awesome hanging out with Doug. So shout out to him.
He's got a $50 super chat from Fear the Tardo. He might have accidentally hit another 0.
Fear the Tardo for 50.
For $50. If Tardo erected resident, promise make self go night night, no wake up squad, kill justice team game, no longer part of Batman Arthur series. Just Arthur side mom, Arthur Kitty, and Arthur Knight. Maybe Arthur oranges if feel nice. Lock it in. Yay. Thank you, Fear the Tardo. You saw the Arkham Knights beating it in the player count, right?
That doesn't surprise. I think I saw that going around. That doesn't surprise me. So, I mean, Arkham Knights. Oh, go ahead.
Now, on Steam, there's more people. Well, at least there was like yesterday, the day before. There's more people playing Arkham Knight, a nearly 10-year-old game, than Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, and it's been out for like 2 weeks.
Dude, there's so much going on right now with gaming. We should be. I'm going to try to make some videos about all of this stuff. But like between PlayStation and Xbox, so Xbox has this major like podcast today with Phil Spencer where they're talking about the future of Xbox. There's speculation that they could be going on this Xbox everywhere nonsense and basically going as a they're moving away from the console business. But then you got PlayStation announcing they have no plans to release any first party games for the rest of 2024. It's such a wild dynamic right now with gaming. Then there's the rumor that there's supposed to be a Nintendo Direct today. I don't think that's going to happen because they would have announced it yesterday. But then there's ties. People are saying that Microsoft is going to start working with Nintendo because that's been a thing that they've been wanting to do for a long time. We speculated on a main event that Microsoft could be moving into this whole being the Netflix of video games now, just, going all Game Pass everywhere. It's a lot going on, man. So yeah, between PlayStation not releasing any new titles 2024, any first party titles, Xbox seemingly giving up the console war, and the constant Nintendo Switch 2 rumors that are out there. There's a lot going on. A lot. I don't want Microsoft and Nintendo working together. I don't want Microsoft anywhere near Nintendo. I don't think that'll happen, but it is a rumor out there.
Honky Tonk, man. Yesterday, my super chat wasn't read out loud. Ryan and Jeremy, I'm kind of broke. Sincerely, the greatest Intercontinental Champion. I don't know.
Shout out to the Honky Tonk. I don't remember one from the Honky Tonk, man.
I mean, we didn't read it, apparently, so that's probably why we don't remember it. Sorry about that. Let's see. PJH 1001 for 2. Jeremy tells these men in chat to stop picking on me. I'm a female. See, as a woman, I know to let real men like Jeremy protect me.
Hey, respect.
Ronan
for the super chats. I'll protect you for all the super chats. So
Ronan for 5. Marvel should capitalize on the bro energy of Jackman and Reynolds by having them promote Deadpool on FNT or even G&G Daily. Kindle interviewing Reynolds would be a positive experience. Thoughts? One, I don't think that's happening. It would be interesting to do an interview, sit down interview with those guys. It'd be fun, but I don't see that happening somehow.
We haven't had the best of luck with that type of stuff, have we?
Not really.
Yeah. Haven't had the best luck with that.
Replicant Patriot gives some membership. Thank you. Ben Giles, welcome to the 199. Jay is scheduled. We are the Nigerian songwriters. Ben Giles for 2. Ryan hires Nigerian songwriters to sing at his gay wedding. That one actually works. Fear the Tardo for 2. Help Tardo make America lock it in. Yay again. Thank you, Fear the Tardo.
Don't you love Fear the Tardo?
Mm-hmm.
Is it your favorite account?
It's my favorite. It's tough to pick. I love all the accounts, just like Leslie Headland likes all the Star Wars. Sophie for 2. Hail, please look at Elon's reply to Stephen King. I saw Elon told Stephen King to stop dead naming Twitter.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it right now.
Stone Cold Steve Austin for 2. Read my super chat, jackass. I mean, from Stone Cold Steve Austin, I don't see any others from you. Unless I missed one. Go through.
Let's see here. So Elon's tweet, basically, I'm looking for it. I know because basically Stephen King was whining about Twitter, saying like there's some type of like terrorist are buying Twitter blue. I won't name it, or I'm not going to call it X or something like that. So
I refuse to call it X.
Yeah, and then Elon responded and says, "Stop dead naming us. Respect the hour transition or some shit like that." It's so good, man. Elon's so damn funny. He's just crushing I would imagine Stephen King is the same type of guy that probably worshipped Elon back in the day. You know what I mean?
Like all these people that had Teslas and are like, look at what he's doing for the environment and like all that shit. Yeah.
Yep. I imagine that's exactly like just like who was it? Alyssa Milano, that
Mhm.
worshipped Elon, and these people are all fucking nuts.
Nagernal for $5. MCU fan wants you to read my poem. Roses are red, violets aren't tan. Chris's biggest simp is still MCU fan. Maybe he said he didn't want you to read this. Whoops. No, I read it. Gung Ho Mac, member for 13 months. Ryan heard you can get free help in Boston to do labor. The fields won't pick themselves. Yeah, just get a Haitian immigrant. Orangutan for 199. To me, my ex, they, thems. Thank you. I don't know what that means, but I just read it.
Oh God.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about Disney, because after the most recent quarterly earnings call, Disney announced, hey, we're going to acquire this, we're going to acquire that. We've got a big partnership with Epic Games because Bob Iger just realized that the youngsters are into video games and we really need to be in that space. And somebody, despite those announcements, still has a problem with that. And that, of course, is activist investor Nelson Peltz, who has been going after Disney hard over the last several years. Peltz blasts Disney's new sports service and Epic Games deal. This follows months and months of Nelson Peltz and Perlmutter partnering to, push back against Bob Iger and what he's done to Disney.
Explain activist investor for everybody, because I get sidetracked every time he says it, because it makes me think he's saying something else when that's an actual term.
Yes. Yeah.
So explain that.
So it is somebody who, it doesn't mean activist in the way we talk about,
right?
Where it's like pushing identity politics or whatever. Activist investor means someone who is who wants something to change, right, at that company. Now, in terms of Nelson Peltz, what that's talking about is actually a company that makes money instead of pisses it away. A company that makes good, sound financial decisions, that gets their ducks in a row, that starts making money for the shareholders instead of blowing it. That's kind of what activist investor means. He's not just somebody who's sitting there, I'm going to buy 1,000 shares of Disney stock and let it sit there. It's somebody who's an investor and actively wants things to change at that company.
Right.
That's what we're talking about.
Yep.
And specifically in the case of people like Nelson Peltz, typically they want a little bit of control. They want a spot on the board. They want to be able to do something and say, here's the laundry list of things you're doing wrong, and this is what I think you could be doing better. Listen to me for these reasons.
Right.
So anyway, but he did, in a letter to Disney investors on Wednesday, Peltz Trian Fund Management described the moves announced last week as frenetic and confused and said they're no substitute for a well-considered corporate strategy. With the stock waning and Disney facing another proxy contest, Disney appears to again be trying to distract shareholders with what we see as a fanciful tale. But frenetic activity in the face of a proxy contest is not a substitute for well-considered corporate strategy, nor is throwing spaghetti at the wall going to feed shareholders who have been starved of returns for so long. And to be honest, that is what it felt like, right? The idea that, hey, we've got this, it's mounting pressure, there's people that are really upset. We need to acquire a bunch of things just to get people feeling like we're on the right track again. So it's paying $75 million to get Taylor Swift on Disney+. It's $1.5 billion in partnership with Epic Games. It's this massive new sports streaming service that no one really knows what it's going to look like, but it sounds good for Disney to put out there to the shareholders. And Nelson Peltz is not buying it. He's continuing to slam Disney.
Well, I mean, if you know anything about Disney in the video game world, they have failed constantly. Disney Infinity was something they put a ton of money into, and they were basically trying to be the new Skylanders. Disney Infinity, they put a shit ton behind that. They had all these figures. They had all these game modes and everything, and it pretty much blew up in their face. They had to shut that down after several years. I mean, it lasted several years, but they had put so much into it and they'd shut that down. From the gaming division in recent years, they really just don't seem to know what they're doing. They've tried to get involved in it. So, of course, typical Disney, when they can't do something on their own or create anything, they've decided to latch on to something far more successful, which is obviously Epic Games and Fortnite. Now, I don't think that Disney, at least in the foreseeable future, I don't see Disney having any impact whatsoever on the successful modes of Fortnite, which is, the Battle Royale, which is build, whether it's build or no build. Same thing with like, I think this is more like a Lego move. Like, you know, Lego has its own mode within Fortnite, which that's kind of like a Minecraft version for Fortnite, but it blew up. It was really popular. It's losing steam. It's still very popular, but it's definitely losing some of its numbers. I feel like that's what Disney's going to try to do within Fortnite, and I don't see it working. But again, I don't know exactly what their plan is, but they've never been good at this, so I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a good move for them or Epic Games, because usually when Disney gets involved in anything, they have a negative impact on it over the long term. So we'll see how that works. The ESPN deal, I don't know the specifics on that. What's the specifics on that?
Well, ESPN, so Disney and Warner Brothers and somebody else announced a big partnership in a new sports streaming service that's probably going to cost like $50 a month or some shit like that.
Yeah.
This is potentially in addition to ESPN's own streaming service they're looking at anyway, but it's not supposed to hit the ground running until later this year at some point.
Yeah. Can't see that. I mean, again, I don't think either. There's only one way to move forward and be successful, and it's to cut the cancer out of the company, and they're not doing that. If anything, they're probably embracing it more. That's really what this comes down to. So the only hope, the only prayer that Disney has is that if Elon Musk gets involved. I don't think Elon Musk is going to outright buy Disney. So I want to get that off the top. I don't think he's going to just pay whatever $250 billion or whatever Disney's worth. I mean, or whatever their market. Isn't it like, isn't 175 billion is what it's valued at or something like that?
200 billion around there. Yeah.
So he would have to get a lot of different partners involved with that. He's not going to do that.
No.
But he can become a major shareholder, and he can get involved to really kind of make things difficult. That would be my only hope there. Outside of that, I see no scenario.
I think he's just fucking around.
Think so?
That's
what we thought with Twitter, though.
That's what we thought with Twitter, but obviously Disney's bigger than Twitter, and he's already got a lot on his plate. And I think he just is pissed at Bob Iger after what Bob Iger did by pulling the ads and everything, and really just wants to fucking make life shit for him. And it's easy enough for him to do, like going to a movie premiere, tweeting shit about Disney every once in a while, rather than investing $30 billion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know. I don't think that I don't think the Epic Games move or the ESPN move is going to be beneficial for Disney, but Disney has made some good moves. Like, I mean, UFC is really what's kept them afloat with their ESPN Plus program. That's been really good for them. Imagine that. A brand that doesn't bend the knee to wokeness and allows people to say whatever they fucking want to say has been good for ESPN. Imagine that if ESPN just had that type of culture, you know. By the way, do you think the Dana White thing was a setup or not?
I think so. Yes.
You think so?
100%. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, does he have a history of doing stuff like that? Like a setup? Like it's like a professional wrestling move.
It just felt like the Howie Mandel intro felt so over the top, like intentionally, like super nice, over the top and weird. I think it was a setup. But
No, do you think you think him and Dana were in on it? Is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. But maybe we'll find out about it in a little bit. But
yeah, I mean,
it just doesn't make any sense. This comes literally a week after Dana White's on Pat McAfee show and said, "I don't talk to the media. I like to do podcasts. You know, I go around and talk to people on podcasts, have conversations like that." For him to a week later be like, "I'm fucking done doing podcasts." And just something about it. Like my initial take on that was, it's all for clicks. And maybe it'll come out in like a week or something. This is what it was for. Some bullshit.
So you got WWE doing UFC style press conferences. Now you've got Dana White doing Vince McMahon style fake outrage moments. That'd be kind of interesting if that's what he's doing.
Yeah, it just felt off to me.
Yeah.
Especially because like it was literally like there's nothing he said that was it's just over the top, like weird praise for him. He's like, I'm fucking done.
If you look at it though, like when he called him a philosopher, Dana White kind of looked down for a minute, like, the fuck? It sounded like Howie Mandel had no idea who Dana White was outside of being a successful person. There was no specifics. There was no substance to anything he was saying. He's like, You're a great businessman. You're a amazing leader. You're a great human being. You're a philosopher. Like, what? It just sounded like you didn't know who he was, but I guess we'll see. A lot of people were talking about it, though.
We'll see what happens. Tomac for 20. Gotta love that people are now trying to get Stellar Blade banned with it getting an AO rating in Korea. Seems like they ran out of targets to put on that game. There you go. I don't know anything about it.
Tomac's in the know. Tomac's in the know.
Brian Keith for 10. Not sure why John Campia has to bash the fans on X for having an opinion on Pascal being cast as Reed Richards, but I forget it's John Campia. We're all woke for having an opinion as usual. Woke.
Is he back on? I thought he left Twitter. Is he back on Twitter now?
Maybe he's bashing people who are talking about it on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
But that's my guess. Maverick Pilgrim for 1. Just joined. Stupid work getting in the way of nerding. Did you already talk about the X-Men 97 trailer? We did a reaction to it early in the stream, yes.
We did.
Mike Oxmall for 2. Headland's neutral face looks like she's smelling shit.
Did you hear what I said about her? I said Vince McMahon declared she's too ugly to shit on.
Yeah, I think you said that yesterday. Anima Chains for 5. I don't know whose new look is hotter, Kristen Stewart or Amy Schumer.
Ooh, dude,
Kristen
Amy
Stewart looks rough, dude.
Yeah, but Amy Schumer, man, did you see that video going? I was curious if that was even
fat.
I was curious if somebody actually altered it. You know what I mean? Like it's her fat rolls are going around her face at this point. It's crazy.
She's really fat.
Yeah.
Fear the Tardo for 5. Tardo promises Lego wall to keep out illegal immigrants. Tardo like Legos. Legos no like Tardo's feet. Big ouch. Make America lock it in. Yay again. Thank you, Fear the Tardo. And I think yesterday, Honky Talk Man by the end of the stream said for $1.99 said Jay didn't say goodbye to me. He my enemy now.
Oh, look at there, Jay. You made an enemy of your favorite, the Honky Tonk Man. Oh, man, he'll be upset about that one. I as far as wrestling goes, yeah, I actually did make a wrestling video on my D-Day Cover 199 channel, and I'm gonna plan on making more. Wrestling is popping right now, man. It's really good. I think that they have been forced into their backs kind of against the wall with the Vince thing, and so they've been. But I also don't think that it was planned that they were going to back down off The Rock. Again, this is where the power of the fans comes into play. Like they brought The Rock out there to basically steal Cody Rhodes' spot. The fans revolted and they forced to turn The Rock into a bad guy. And Rock can sit there and claim that I guarantee you that was not part of the plan. There ain't no way in hell Rock wanted to turn heel. The fact is the fans forced it, and The Rock's ego has probably taken a massive hit from this because the fans have rejected him in a massive way for Cody Rhodes, and it's been awesome to see. So shout out.
He's going along with it though. You know,
he's going along with it, but I'm telling you, there ain't no way in hell he likes this. Not The Rock, not with his ego. There's no way.
Ben Insider for 5. It's amazing that 4 hot chicks in skin tight spandex isn't bringing in an audience. Well, I think it's because they're not really in spandex at all in this movie.
Yeah.
SBZ for 5. Ryan, please say it in ASMR. I know that when you see Madam Web, you're going to love it. In fact, I think you're going to see it twice. Is that what you wanted? Biggles for 2. My eyes are burning. Jeremy, cover your face. Help.
I just did because of Ryan. Oh, that was creepy. Don't ever do that again, Ryan.
I got a super chat. So, Hulk Hogan for $1.99. I like watching AEW Dynamite. It's so good, Jeremy.
Yeah, I need to watch AEW. There's so much on my plate right now, man. I can barely keep up with WWE at this point.
Maverick Pilgrim, because of monthly support over on Rumble. Thank you, and shout out to our Rumble chat. Been very active today. And then for a buck, says Amy Shamu looked like a grown-up Cabbage Patch Kid.
Holy fuck.
She kind of does. I think we're all caught up.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm going to be on Side Scrollers a little bit later today. They're doing their 1 year. It's like a 12-hour stream, I think. So a lot of people are going to be over there. I don't know who I'm going to be on with, but it will be at some point today. I'll be on there, so I'm looking forward to that. So shout out to Side Scrollers. And I might do a gaming stream later on D-Day Cobra 199. So I might do that later. So stay tuned for that. I'll see if who's around, but just so busy these days. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Have a great day. You want Ryan back on main event? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. What do you think, Ryan?
Maybe. Here the Tardo for 5. Does Tardo have Uncle Rai Rai's boat? Guaranteed win erection if have Uncle Rai Rai in corner. Lock it in, yay.
Lock it in, yay. All right, guys. Have a great night. Have a great day. I'll see you on Side Scrollers, and we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.